Well, Joel, today in the audience, I can feel the excitement. We have a boys' school versus a girls' school. What do you think?
I think it's going to be something very exciting, just the way you mentioned, because the competition gets even better when there's a good balance. Girls versus boys, always the girls think they can do better than the boys think, well, we are smarter than the girls. But we need to see when the games progress, and we need to find out at the end of every match. But before that, it's right about time, and the pitch is set for us to get the teams introduced. So let's start off with the team first to get on stage is going to be...
Yes, we'll start off with the girls. As always, we have Girls High School Candy.
High school! High school! High school!
Well, while the girls from Candy have now taken their spots, ready to take on the opponents. Are you ready to find out who your opposing team is?
Yes.
Okay, let's find out. Let's put our hands together for Stella College, Nikambo. Any game to go ahead, there needs to be a panel which decides and finalizes that score and also see whether the performance is done right. So for that, we got an elite panel of judges joining with us in this very competitive match, which we will witness in a little while. So let's get our panel of judges introduced. We have with us KGC Maheshika, Assistant Director of Education, National Schools Branch, Ministry of Education. Well, also joining on the panel is Ishani Vetrasinghe, Assistant Director of Education, National Schools Branch, Ministry of Education.
Well, now that we have the judges introduced, we have the teams introduced. Of course, as
What's next? What's
we
next
always
is the question.
kickstart things here with the tossing of the coin to decide which of the schools get to go first in every round. So let's invite both the captains to join us up front and center, and invite one of the judges to join us as well.
Well, it's nice to see Trishma. At the outset of every game, all are in very happy and smiling, bright faces. But when the game progresses, we see those sad faces coming on. But let's hope for the best. You're ready to take that challenge?
Yes, of course.
You're ready to take the challenge?
Sure.
Okay, so you know that this is a decider?
Yep.
And which side do you select?
I choose pentathlon.
You choose pentathlon. And you?
TV1
No choice, no? That's how the game goes. It's a toss after all. Pentathlon or TV1. Let's find out. It is TV1, which means you win. Not the game, but the toss.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Naveen winning the toss, and Methmi also has something to do. But you need to decide whether you'll be going in first, or will you be giving your opponents to go first for each game.
We invite them to go first.
Ladies first, no?
Yeah.
True gentlemen?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shake hands and start things off. Well, Naveen from Maristella won the toss, and he, like a true gentleman, like I just asked him, he said, yes, we will give our opponents from Girls High School Candy, Methmi, to go ahead with each of the rounds. So, well, the first ground layer is set for us to begin those very challenging and competitive rounds, and I'm sure even our audience is all prepared to see who will be able to win that challenge. With that being said, let's move on to the very first round, which is called Balance.
Your quiz. In our very first round, each of the teams gets to select 3 co-players. These players then have a challenge to answer 5 questions within a span of 30 seconds. And that's not all. They have to do all of that while balancing a table tennis ball on a table tennis bat. However, if they do drop the ball at any point, they will be disqualified from taking any further questions. Each correct answer gives them 5 points. If they answer the 5th question correctly, they will get 10 points.
There you go. You heard the rules and regulations of round 1. So let's start off with shifting our attention to the girls from Candy. Methmi, who are your 3 co-players for this round?
Sajini, Nuha and Achala will be going.
And who's coming in first?
Sajini will.
Sajini, come down. Sajini, have you done your practices?
Yeah.
Sure?
I guess.
You guess. Okay, here you go. You got 30 seconds on the clock.
Thank you.
And your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Which airline has the biggest fleet of airplanes?
Pass.
It's American Airlines. T'Challa is the real name of which superhero?
Black Panther.
Correct. Sputnik 1 was launched in which year?
90. Pass.
It's 1957. Name the most populous city in Europe.
Paris.
Wrong. It's Moscow or Istanbul. Which Indian... Your time is up.
So let's move on to the opponents from Stella. Naveen, who are your 3 co-players?
Punsara, Pasudu and myself.
And who's coming in first?
Punsara will be going first.
Punsara, come down. So we got Punsara, Krishma. Punsara is here. He's taller than the 2 of us. After a very long time. Someone tall. Okay, right. So you got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's see whether your height pays off. Okay, so your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Which Asian airline has the biggest fleet of airplanes?
Pass.
It's China Southern Airlines. Princess Diana is the real name of which superhero?
Wonder Woman.
Correct. First space shuttle was launched in which year?
1943.
Wrong, it's 1981. Name the most populous city in Europe after Moscow and Istanbul.
Pass.
It's Paris. Indian sportsman Leander Paes was popular in which sport?
Swimming.
Wrong, it's tennis. Your time is up.
So let's once again move on to girls' high school. Captain, who are you sending down?
Nuha.
Come down. Nuha. Okay, here you go. You got 30 seconds and you need this. Okay. 3, 2, 1, start.
Which country's rugby team is nicknamed Lions?
Pass.
It's Britain. Crown Prince Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in which city?
Poland.
Wrong, it's Sarajevo. Corsica Island belongs to which country?
Italy.
Wrong, it's France. I'm sorry, that's a disqualification.
The first disqualification for the day. Noha. You go down in history. Are you happy?
I'm disappointed.
For going down in history, it's a good thing.
No.
Are you shivering?
No.
Don't shiver. Good luck. Let's put our hands together for Nuha as well. Okay, so Stella, who is the next player to come down?
I'll be good.
The captain, Naveen, steps forward. You seem to be confident. Yes, you are?
Really?
Not really. Okay, you got 30 seconds and your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Which country's rugby team is nicknamed Eagles?
New Zealand,
Wrong, it's USA. Napoleon Bonaparte died in which island?
St. Helena,
Correct. Sardinia Island belongs to which country?
New Zealand,
Wrong, Italy. Composer Antonio Vivaldi is a native of which country?
Britain,
Wrong, it's Italy. In which decade was the first laptop computer made?
pass.
It's the 1980s. Questions are up.
So we need to see how well the final from girls' high school Candy takes part. Come down.
Achala.
Here you go. You got 30 seconds. And your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Painter Diego Rivera was a native of which country?
Italy.
Wrong, Mexico. Which ethnic group represents 15% of US population?
Mexican.
Wrong, it's African American. Name the longest river in Ecuador.
Amazon.
Correct. British sportsman Johnny Wilkinson was famous for which sport?
Rugger.
Rugby, yes, you're right. Polio affects which system of the body?
Respiratory system.
Wrong, it's central nervous system. Your questions are up.
Okay, right. So that was the final contestant from Candy. Who is going to be the final from
Passenger.
Stella?
Passenger.
Passenger, come back. There you go. 30 seconds And your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Painter Rembrandt is a native of which country?
France.
It's Netherlands. Majority of Americans are descendants from which European country?
Italy.
Wrong, it's Germany. Name the longest river in Nigeria.
Blue Nile.
Wrong, it's Niger. British athlete Lennox Lewis was famous for which sport?
Athletics.
Wrong, it's boxing. Rabies affects which human organ?
Pass.
Your time is up. The answer is brain.
So that's how round 1 balance your quiz comes into play. We need to find out the results, and also we have a very interesting round, not Rushma, what it is going to be.
Express to impress coming up right after this.
Express to impress coming up after this short commercial break. This is
TV1 Pentathlon Season 2.
Welcome back. You are tuned on to TV1 Pentathlon Season 2. Well, before heading on to a commercial break, we told you that we got a very interesting round. But before we tell you what that interesting round is, we need to see how the two schools performed at the end of round 1.
That's right. So let's find out how Girls High School Kandy has fared at the end of round 1. They have scored themselves 5 points. Meanwhile, we have the boys from Stella College, Negombo at the end of round 1 scoring themselves 10 points.
Well, it is a close gap, 10-5, but not very well played by both schools because the points are very low. But things could change because the next is all about how you perform on stage. All boys, all girls. It would be nice if you all get various characters to display on stage. But let's see what the round is. It is called Express.
To impress. Well, in round 2, this is one of our very creative rounds because each of the teams gets to show off their showmanship. They will have to act out a story based on a story lead that is provided, and they have to impress their judges not just with their storyline but also with their imagination, their acting skills as well as their vocabulary and diction. So that being said, let's find out what's the topic that Girls High School Kandy picks for themselves. Once upon a time, there lived a very beautiful fairy on the highest solitary peaks of the Alps mountains. She was called the Snow Queen. And then...
Well, I think it's a very topical topic, I would call, because it's an all-girls team and it has a fairy in it. So I want to see a lot of excitement. Even our audience needs that energy coming out from your school. Are you all ready? Okay, you all got 2 minutes to tackle all what you got on this stage, and your time starts now.
Oh my, I'm feeling awfully bored today. Martha, I feel like going to Earth and seeing what all those Earthlings are like. What do you say?
It's your wish.
It sure is. Well, I'll go check it out. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I'm scared. What will she do to us? You never know. She's so unpredictable. What are you two up to today? We were going to school. Yeah.
School, huh?
How you doing?
Interesting. And who might you be?
I'm Mackenzie.
She never changes.
Mackenzie, huh? Nice dress. You carry yourself off like a queen. It doesn't suit you much, you know. Shouldn't you be going somewhere?
Well, yeah.
Oh, are you all right?
Oh, are you
Hi.
hurt?
How are you? Are you hurt? Who are you? I haven't seen you before. Oh well,
I'm
that's
new.
fine though. We'll take you to a hospital somewhere around.
Are you
I think you
okay?
bruised your knee.
No. I'm fine. Thank you. You've been such good friends.
I'm so sorry. She's so mean.
She
She's
never
always like
changes.
that.
Trust us.
Yeah. Okay. So have to go. Bye.
Bye. I
Bye.
wonder who she was.
Yeah, I've never seen her before. Particular.
So, how was your
Take your
trip to the Earth?
It was very interesting.
Who did you meet?
I met, let's say, different personalities, maybe.
You met good and bad, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
It depends on you whether you choose good or bad. Do you choose good or bad?
Well, Girls High School Candy ended up in a high note by asking a question. Do you select good or bad? Well, the judges will also have to decide whether your act is good or bad. Who fell on the ground? Did you actually hurt your knees? Because the noise was so loud and I saw that expression on your face.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
You're not bruised, no? We don't have to take you to the hospital?
No.
Nothing of that?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's put our hands together for their splendid performance. Well, the girls were able to show their talent. We need to see whether the guys, the boys from Stella, are equally better, equally not worse, or are they outclassing the girls from Candy? What do you think you will be? Good,
Neither.
better, worse?
Neither.
Average?
Yep.
Average?
Yep.
There. Okay, let's find out. But first, you need to pick your topic.
Chamath is the most annoying kid ever. He always talks loud during school, makes stupid comments about everyone, and even stole my sandwich once. Sometimes I just wish I had a rubber powerful enough to erase him. That's why when today Miss Lalita, the teacher, paired me up for the new science research project, and then
Okay, let's see how well they are able to continue with that storyline. You got 2 minutes to play with. Your time starts now.
Hey Ramesh, did you watch the IPL match yesterday?
No, my friend. Actually, I'm struggling with my studies.
My favorite team, Sunrisers, won the match yesterday.
Oh, actually, that's good.
Did you watch the royal wedding?
No, I was busy these days.
It is very beautiful.
Hi guys. Is this sandwich? Oh,
Yeah.
this is my favorite. I'm gonna run now.
Keep it
Whoa,
back.
whoa, whoa, wait. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread boy.
Oh,
Bro.
stupid fellow! He always like that.
We must teach him a lesson.
You are correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
Good morning, boys.
Good
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. Sorry.
What?
No, sorry.
I'm gonna give you a group work.
What kind of group work?
Booklet? Yes, a booklet. I want you to make a booklet on Isaac Newton.
Ah, Isaac Newton. I know that man. He's following me in Instagram. Don't waste time making a booklet on himself. Make a booklet on myself. I'm a famous man.
Okay, we'll do it next time.
Why?
Pasidu, you and Chamath will be a team.
I can't take him to my team.
Why?
He's a very annoying child.
I'm not annoying.
Don't talk to him.
He took my sandwich also in the interval.
Just gave me some, right? You gave me, right? No,
Pasidu, come boy.
I did nothing.
Do you know his
I did
family
nothing.
background?
I did nothing.
No.
His father died last year and he's from a very poor family. I want you to make him feel better. I want you to make him your friend. That's why I grouped you.
Alright, I understand it.
You know, all students from our classroom is annoying with him. So I want you to be a good friend to him.
Yeah, sure.
You know, there's a poem called Richard Quote, and it says, appearance is deceptive from reality. So don't trust him by his appearance. He may be good.
Well, no matter what, the boys from Stella are very lucky because Isaac Newton is following them or that particular person on Instagram. You wish. From where do you think he's following you?
I think someone has made a fake account on his his name.
So many fake accounts these days, no? Okay, right. That's a little bit about the tech-savvy life, about Stella, and also performance put out there. But we could see that the judges are going through the marking process because we need to find out what the scores are like at the end of round 2. But in particular, we need to know what the score is for round 2 because it is solely based on the judgment given out by the judges. Let's find out.
Both teams performed well. Marks were given under these criteria: creativity, presentation skills and accent, building the story up and the content. So, Stella College gets 68 marks. And Girls High School gets 75 marks.
Well, there you go. You heard it and saw it from the judges itself because the boys have fallen short of the points, but the girls have able to get that point on the table and beat the boys in their acting skills. But we need to find out how the results are at the end of 2 rounds. Let's find out.
At the end of round 2, you heard the results from the judges, and this is the cumulative score. We have Stella College Negombo with a total so far of 78 points. And we have Girls High School Kandy with a total so far of 80 points.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a gap between the 2 schools, but things could change because we are still at the end of 2 rounds. We got few more challenging rounds to go, so let's quickly move on to the 3rd round, which is a very exciting and challenging round, which is called Word
the Basket. In this round, each of the teams gets to send forward 3 co-players. They are then given a word that has 12 alphabets, and several of the alphabets will be locked. In order to unlock an alphabet, they have to successfully net the ball into the basket. Each successful netting gives them 10 points and reveals that alphabet, and if they can correctly guess the word, that gives them an additional 70 points.
Well, those are the rules and regulations of round 3, which is Word the Basket. To start off things, let's hand over the ball and give the girls to pick the number and see what their word is.
This is word number 2.
Well, Metmi picked out word number 2. Let's take a look at the word. Before that, I would like to ask you, Metmi, who are your 3 co-players for this game?
Me, Sajini and I will be going.
Okay, let's take a look at the word. We got 2 spaces T, 2 spaces N, 2 spaces C, 2 spaces and an E at the end. I would like to ask Metmi, who is coming in first and what is that letter to be unlocked?
Ayumi will be going and we want the second blank.
The
One
second
before T.
blank that is before T. And we need to ask the captain, who is going in next?
I will be going.
And what is that blank you would like unlocked?
The blank. The first blank.
The first blank. Metmi was able to clinch that point, which means now it appears to be visible. Captain, who is coming in next and what is the word you would like unlocked?
Sajini will be going and we need the letter before C.
Well, Sajini, come down. You going to go ahead with another player or are you going to guess what the word is?
We're going to guess what the word
You're guessing the word? Okay, can you spell it out for us, please?
The word is authenticize.
Okay, and how does the spellings go?
The spellings are AUTHENTICIZE.
C-I-Z-E.
Yes.
Is it?
Z-E.
Is there a word of that nature? Can you repeat it again once? Can you spell the whole thing again?
The word is authenticize. Authenticizee.
C-I-Z-E. Is there a word of that nature? Authenticize? You sure? It's a Z or a C?
It's an
It's a Z? Yes. Okay, for good or for bad, you all scored really well in the basket. But we'll see if you got the most important thing right, the word. Let's take a look at the word. What do you think? The word is wrong, which means failed attempt. Okay, so the girls from Kandy High School were not able to clinch that point, although they fairly played really well when it came to getting the points through the basket. Okay, but let's put our hands together for their effort. The boys, are you all having happy faces?
Not actually.
But now you all have to get the basket right.
Yep.
Because the girls didn't miss a single basket. You all have the height and you all are from Stella. All boy band. Okay, right. So let's find out what number you pick.
This is word number 6.
Before we see what the word is, I'd like to ask you, who are your three co-players?
Three co-players will be Pasindu, Punsar and myself.
Okay, let's take a look at the word. You got 2 spaces N, 2 spaces C, 2 spaces V, 2 spaces and Y at the end. Captain, who is coming in first?
I'm going first.
You're going in first, and what is the letter you would like unlocked?
The first one.
Okay, so Naveen was able to get the basket and discover that letter. What is your next call? Who's coming next?
Pasindu will be going next.
Pasindu, and what is that letter he would like unlocked?
The blank after N.
And Captain, what's your next call? Who are you sending in next?
The blank after C.
And who are you sending?
I'm sorry, I'm sending next Punsar.
Punsara, and the blank after?
C. I mean the second C.
Is it the first C or the second
Second
C?
C.
The second C. Well, both the girls in boys' schools have been able to get the basket right. Captain, I would like to ask you, what's your decision?
We're gonna spell the word.
You're going to spell the word.
Yep.
Okay, spell it out.
The word is conductivity,
Conductivity.
and spellings are CONDUCTAV.
Okay, you need to spell it out one last time, properly. What are those? It's final, the last decision.
The spellings are CONDUCTIVITY.
You got it right.
Yep.
Conductivity.
Yep.
Conductivity. You think that's right?
Yep.
You sure about it?
Sure.
You got this basket.
Yeah.
The basket's right?
Yep.
And do you think the word is right?
Yep.
Yes.
We need to check whether the word is right. Let's take a look. Conductivity is the correct answer. Okay, so Stella Nigamba was able to clinch points in round 3. We need to find out how the results are at the end of 3 very competitive rounds. But first, we need to take a very small breather. We'll be right back. This is TV1 Pentathlon Season 2.
Welcome back. You are watching TV1 Pentathlon Season 2. Well, we finished round 3 and we now have the scores to reveal before you. Let's find out how both the schools have been faring. Let's get started with the scores from Stella College, Negombo. In the last round, the third round, they scored themselves a full 100 points and that brings their points up to 178 points. Meanwhile, the girls from Girls High School Kandy in the last round, unfortunately, were not able to guess the word correctly. They scored themselves only 30 points, but that brings their total up to 110 points.
Well, you heard the scores at the end of 3 rounds, but the match would change. The fate would change and the deciders are yet to come. Let's move on to the 4th round, which is called Target
Your Knowledge. Well, in our 4th round, each of our teams gets to send forward 3 co-players. These players will then have to target a dart to a spinning wheel that has many colors on it. Each of these colors represents a particular subject from which they will then be asked a question. Each correct answer gives them 25 points. If they choose to double and answer correctly, they will get 50 points. However, if they choose to double and answer incorrectly, there will be negative marking. Let's find out what each of the colors on the spinning wheel represents.
That's right, let's find out what these colors represent. So on blue we have sports and games, in yellow which represents art and entertainment, red is for science and technology, orange is for history, green is for geography, purple for literature, and we got white which is called trump, where you could select any of the categories which I just read out. With that being said, let's start off round 4 by asking the girls all the way from Kandy, the captain, met me. Who are your co-players for this round?
Ayumi, Nuha and I will go.
And who's coming in first?
I will go.
Countdown. 3, 2, 1. You got purple, which is literature.
Would you like to go in for a double?
Yes.
Yes, they are taking that challenge. Let's give them a huge round of applause. All right, let's take a look at your visual for a double. Who you saw was literary character Miss Havisham from a film adaptation of a beloved novel. In which novel do you find this character? Your options are A. Christmas Carol, B. Oliver Twist, C. Great Expectations, or D. David Copperfield.
Well, your time is ticking and you asked for a double.
5 seconds more.
C. Which is C. Great Expectations.
C. Great Expectations. Well, your school has great expectations from you. And this is a question for a double. Are you sure about your answer?
50-50.
Yeah?
50-50.
50-50.
Yes.
All right. You answered C. Great Expectations. If it's an incorrect answer, there is negative marking.
Yes.
The correct answer is C. Great Expectations. That's 50 points.
Well, it's a moment of happiness because they got the answer right and also they opted for a double, which means the scoreboard is going to look fancy for the girls from Kandy. Let's shift our attention to Negombo and ask the captain, Naveen from Stella, who are your 3 co-players?
3 co-players will be Ramesh, Randula and myself.
And who is coming in first?
Randula.
You're ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. You got green, which is geography.
Green for geography. Do you want a double?
No, thanks.
All right, playing it safe, no problem. Let's take a look at your visual. You saw the mountains straddling the main watershed and border between Switzerland and Italy. It is a large, near-symmetrical, pyramidal peak whose summit, 14,692 feet high, makes it one of the highest summits in the Alps and Europe. Name it. Your options are A. Olympus, B. Matterhorn, C. Mont Blanc, or D. Carpathian.
The time is ticking. You've got 4 options and the clock is at 10 seconds.
5 seconds more.
The answer is C, Mont Blanc.
C. Mont Blanc. How sure are you about your answer?
50-50.
Is that a guess? Yeah? Okay. You said the answer is C. Mont Blanc. The correct answer is B. Matterhorn. That is the incorrect answer.
Well, luck by chance didn't work very well for the boys from Stella, but let's see, it could change when the game progresses. Let's shift our attention once again to Girls High School Kandy and ask the captain who is the next to come down.
Oh, you mean school?
Come down. Ready? You took your position? 3, 2, 1. It is blue, which is sports and games.
You can't go for double anyways. Yes. All right. Let's take a look at your visual. This 12-time Olympic medalist became the first woman ever to swim the 100-meter backstroke long course in less than 1 minute, and is the first US female athlete in modern Olympic history to win 6 medals in one Olympiad. Name her. Your options are A. Missy Franklin, B. Natalie Colin, D. Jenny Thompson, or D. Dara Torres.
The answer is C. Jenny Thompson.
C. Jenny Thompson. How sure are you about this answer?
50-50.
Okay, you've said C. Jenny Thompson. The correct answer is B. Natalie Colin. I'm afraid your answer is incorrect.
Well, it didn't work well for the girls again from Kandy. 50-50 didn't work. Luck by chance didn't work there. Let's move on to the boys and ask them who's coming in next.
I'll be going.
Captain steps forward. Come down. 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
It is a trump, which means, hold on for a second, you can select any of the categories which you like. You can either select from sports and games, art, entertainment, science, technology, history, geography, literature. What's your favorite?
Can I have a talk with my
You want to talk to your team?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. You got sports and games, art and entertainment. You need to make that decision quickly.
What's your answer?
We are going to choose sports.
Which is blue, sports and games.
All right, sports. And would you like to go in for a double? No. Okay, let's take a look at your visual. He is the leading run scorer and century maker in first-class cricket with 61,760 runs and 199 centuries. Name him. Your options are A. Bob Cowper, B. Wally Hammond, C. Jack Hobbs, or D. Len Houghton.
The answer is B, Wally Hammond.
B. Wally Hammond. This is a guess once again, isn't it?
Yep.
B. Wally Hammond is your answer. The correct answer is C. Jack Hobbs. Your answer is incorrect.
Well, it was a trump and the boys selected sports and games because they thought that was the best to go with and what they're good at. But it didn't work in their favor. Let's move on to the girls and ask them who's your next or final player to come down.
Nuha.
Come down. 3, 2, 1. It is green, which is geography.
Green for geography. Let's take a look at your visual. This place in New York City is one of the world's most visited tourist attractions, drawing an estimated 50 million visitors annually, and is sometimes referred to as the crossroads of the world, the center of the universe, and the heart of the world. Name it. Your options are A. Manhattan Square, B. Broadway Square, C. City Square, or D. Times Square.
The answer is D, Times Square.
D. Times Square. And you seem to say that very confidently. Are you very sure about your answer?
Yes.
Okay, big smiles there. They said the answer is D. Times Square, and that is the correct answer.
Well, that was indeed an easy guess for the girls from Candy High School. Well, that was how they faced that round. But one more to go for Stella, Nigambo. Who is coming down?
It will be Ramesh.
3, 2, 1. It is purple, which is literature.
Purple for literature. Do you want to go in for a double? No. All right, no problem. Let's take a look at your visual. Who you saw was literary character Ebenezer Scrooge from a film adaptation of a beloved novella. In which novella do you find this character? Your options are A. Christmas Carol, B. Oliver Twist, C. Great Expectations, or D. David Copperfield.
The answer is A. Christmas Carol.
A. Christmas Carol. Have you read the book?
I'm not sure about that, but I think it's the correct answer.
Okay, he thinks it's the correct answer. He says the answer is A. Christmas Carol. And that is the correct answer.
Well, with that, we come to an end of round 4. Well, it was a fairly played, very well done. Luck by chances, 50-50 averages, but however, the teams were able to clinch those points for their school. We need to find out how the results and the points table look at the end of 4 challenging and competitive rounds. Let's take a look at the results.
It's the end of the 4th round. Time to find out the results. Let's start off with Stella College Nigambo. In the 4th round, they scored themselves 25 points, and that brings their total up to 203 points. Girls High School Candy, meanwhile, in the 4th round have scored themselves 75 points, and that brings their total up to 185 points.
Okay, so you heard the points and you saw it for yourself. The boys are leading for Stella. The girls have a little bit of a shortfall, but things could change because we are about to move on to the 5th and final round of this match, and that is called
the buzzer round. Well, it's time for our 5th and our final round, the buzzer round. The rules are very, very simple. We have 10 questions. Each correct answer gives you 10 points. And so this is the round that can make or break one of the school's destiny in the game. Let's get started with question number 1. With the ability to travel to 162 countries without visa, which country's passport is ranked best in the world?
Singapore.
Sajini?
Singapore.
Singapore is the correct answer. Question number 2. Which country holds the world record for the lowest innings score in an ODI? Sajini?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe is the correct answer. Question number 3. Which country in the world has the most internal freshwater resources? Pasandu?
Canada.
Canada is the correct answer. Question number 4. According to the GDP per capita, which is the world's poorest? Naveen? unfortunately, we're unable to give you points, but we will ask if the opposing team has the answer. Nuha?
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is the incorrect answer. The correct answer is Central African Republic. Question number 5. The majority ethnic group in South Africa are called what? Time's up. The correct answer is Zulu. Question number 6. Name the highest honor bestowed upon a civilian by the government of the United States. Nuha?
The Presidential Medal of Freedom.
That is the correct answer. Question number 7. Which batsman scored the first Test century in history?
Time's up.
Time's up. The correct answer is Charles Bannerman. Question number 8. Queen Elizabeth II belongs to which royal house?
Time's up.
Time's up. The correct answer is Windsor. Question number 9. Name one of the 3 movies to have won all 5 major categories. Nuha?
The Silence of the Lambs.
The Silence of the Lambs is the correct answer. And we're now on the final question of the final round. Question number 10. Next Winter Olympic Games will be held in which city? Ramesh?
Tokyo.
Tokyo is the incorrect answer. The correct answer is Beijing. And that brings us to the end of round 5.
Well, that's right. It was indeed at the start a rapid fire round, and things got a little bit tensed up as well because the excitement was so much that the teams wanted to compete so badly with each other. But the points table has changed rapidly. I would say there could be a huge difference. And also, we'll be giving out that title after we come back with the final scores, and that title we'll tell you after this break. This is TV1 Pentathlon Season 2.
Welcome back. You are watching TV1 Pentathlon Season 2. And like we promised you, we are back not just with the results, but of course something very exciting, which is Pentathlete of the Day.
That's right, Pentathlete of the Day is indeed a most valued title which we give it out to the best. But I won't tell what the criteria is because it will be awarded and announced by elite panel of judges. So let's find out who the pentathlete is.
Congratulate you all. Here we saw the leadership skills in every student. Among them, we found out the active, forward and student who gave the team spirit to their team. Accordingly, Pentathlete of the Day goes to Sajini from Girls High School, Kandy.
Well, Sajini from Girls High School, Kandy was able to clinch that prestigious title of pentathlete. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I'm happy.
Very happy?
Yes.
Your smile speaks a lot. Okay, so Sajini is happy with that title being read out. We need to find out who is the overall winner of the 5 rounds and what school will take away that title. Let's find out the final results.
Yes, indeed. And this is what the final result says. Let's start off with the score from Stella College, Nigambo. In the final round, unfortunately, they scored themselves 0 points, and therefore their points remain at 203 points. Let's give them an applause. Meanwhile, the girls from Girls High School, Kandy, in the final round, they scored themselves 40 points. And that brings them to the winning total today, 225 points.
Well, while we congratulate Girls High School Kandy and taking away that prestige to the Central Hills. It's right about time that we also recognize the school who was equally good in whatever they did, and hats off to Stella College Negombo. Thank you for being with Pentathlon, and I'm sure you take away a lot of memories, unforgettable knowledge, experience, and all that in one. Do you agree with me, Navin? The team agrees with me? Yes. Okay, that's the spirit. Win or lose, you are a pentathlete. Okay, with that being kept in mind, we need to move on to the presentation, and I would like to invite our elite panel of judges to join us on stage for the presentation. Let's start off with recognizing our pentathlete of the very competitive matches. A lot of teamwork, a lot of enthusiasm, and also a lot of things put together. You have won the title. Let's put our hands together for Sajini from Girls High School. So with that, it's time for us to put our hands together for Stella College Negombo. Well, you saw a lot of knowledge, Shari. You take back a lot of knowledge, a lot of excitement. And it's time for us to wrap things for today here at Pentathlon. And thank you very much for sticking around with us. And congratulations once again to the winning team and also the pentathlete. And also not forgetting Stella Negombo for being with us and giving that good fight. And also our elite panel of judges for the support, for the dedication, and for your time. Thank you very much. And also a big thank you to the audience. It's time for us to wrap things for today. Next time too, we'll be with you with more excitement. This is TV1 Pentathlon Season 2.
Together to build up a future so young.
We know learning is endless. A sea of knowledge we've already won.
School is where we're taught to conquer. With pride we are bound to protect.
To bring back a winning glory. To shine, there's no turning back.
Hard and fast, here we go. A team of one, so we know. To challenge odds.